My friend kept openly confessing to my girlfriend right in front of me.
Sorry, I love you. Sorry, I love you.
My 28 male friend, Matt, 30 male, has been making awkward comments to my girlfriend, 27 female, much to both of our discomfort. The woman he is with, Corey,
He's with someone already?
he is with woman, is disabled after a car accident that left her brain damaged and unable to work.
Ooh.
She lives on disability and various other government aid because it's impossible for her to work, sadly. It makes a big impact on her self-esteem. My girlfriend Emily has been good friends with her before and after the accident and has been helping her on occasion. They are really close. Emily and I recently got together after a long-time friendship. She's amazing. I couldn't ask for a better partner. She's smart. She's
Beautiful.
genuinely kind, is one of the guys, very down-to-earth and rational, and is gorgeous. I feel dang lucky. She's a guy?
She's one of the guys.
She's one of your men.
She's one of the guys.
The four of us have been friends for a few years, and throughout that time, Matt and Corey have been together. Corey excitedly talked about marriage and adopting kids. The two of them seemed truly happy, and I was under that impression until I talked to Matt about mine and Emily's blossoming relationship. Matt seemed to get somber and made comments about how happy he was for us and how he knew that we were a perfect match. Emily had been single for a while after dealing with a bad relationship. He then said that, quote, I know you can give her what I can't. I've had feelings for her for a while, but I know you are the man she needs.
I would be livid if I found out that my boyfriend said this. Immediate breakup.
You remind me of a younger, more successful version of myself. My brain had a hard time computing what he said, and I thought he misspoke since we had been drinking at the bar. I shrugged my shoulders and didn't put much thought into it.
Yeah, that was the way to go about that.
Yeah, I'd be like, I'm pretending I didn't hear that.
That's a weird thing to say.
Yeah, whatever you said, buddy. By the way, this comes from Scrabble Babble. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
We're going to read this here story. We're going to have our thoughts and advice, and we're going to give it, and we might not be right about everything, because that's just the way the world works, but you can let us know what you think.
But a broken clock's right twice a day.
Yeah, you broke clock. Go to the clock store. Get your clock fixed. Bow.
Or I'll knock your clock out.
She's violent, OP says. A few weeks later, myself, Emily, and Matt were hanging out at her apartment, watching Mad Men, relaxing. It's a show I always
Yeah, it's
I always
not a very
throw
relaxing
on.
show.
Yeah, I always throw on the high stakes advertise. I cannot want to.
Post-apocalyptic world.
What?
Post-apocalyptic world.
No, that's Mad Max.
Is that not what they said?
They said Mad Men.
Those are two different vibes.
Very different vibes.
Two different vibes.
Mad Max men. Just guys watching Mad Max in their apartment.
They're so mad.
Corey wasn't feeling well that night and insisted that Matt go out without her and have fun. Conversation was casual, and Emily was curled up under my arm. Matt's not gonna...
He wouldn't do it right in front of you.
Matt's not gonna do something, right?
No.
Matt was sprawled out on the love seat.
All by a lonesome.
Very suspicious.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose that seat, Matthew?
Who are you in love with, Matthew?
Matt brought up again how happy he was that we were together again.
And that's when you cut that sentence off.
You go, thank you. Next topic. Mexico World Cup. He rehashed the same thing he said to me in the bar to Emily, minus the feelings comments. She was all smiles until he said, I would have been there for you after that breakup, but I didn't want to become that rebound guy.
So strange. I hated that.
And now the
Yuck.
vibe is ruined.
And the room goes mild. Hey guys, we're gonna get back into the story soon, but first I've gotta ask, Dakota, what's wrong?
I'm trying to tell my friends what I do for a living, but they keep telling me it's AI. How do I prove to them that what I do is real?
Why don't you just invite them to the OK Storytime live show? Saturday, September 26th. There's even an early bird special. Up until August 26th, you can get your tickets for just $10.
$10? My friends can totally afford that.
Okay, Storytime
I'm
Live!
the ugliest person in the entire world.
Oh, so this is exclusive head.
Right? Just go to okop.show and get your tickets.
Yeah, take that, AI. Yummy, why don't you?
It became awkward after that, and after the episode, he left.
Good.
Emily didn't say anything until I brought it up, asking what he was talking about. She didn't have a clue at all. She said incredulously, "Why the F would he think he'd be a rebound when he's been with Corey for years?"
I don't really think he sees Corey as an actual partner. I think he maybe sees himself as a caretaker, and he's just kind of been thinking about other people, or potentially just your girlfriend this whole time.
Could be. Sounds like that might be the case.
Which makes him really bad. Really bad guy over here.
I mean, it certainly doesn't make him great. Those were the two major comments he said over the past few months. Others were more subtle, and you'd actually have to think, hey, what did you mean by that? What? Emily feels strained because she cares very much for Corey, and if this guy has ulterior motives, she wants to help her. But at the same time, should she or myself say anything? Because they're seemingly offhanded comments. I don't know if I would say anything.
Offhanded is like, oh, like, I'm so glad that you guys are together. You know, wish I could have been there, but, you know, glad you got there. That's kind of offhand. It's still weird, but like offhand. This is just directly saying that he has and had feelings for your girlfriend.
The way I've dealt with it is being very PDA with Emily when we're around him. Corey is none the wiser about the situation.
That's like not the way to fix this. OP's like, if I just stake my claim
could
and
be.
make out with her, he won't say anything.
Exposure therapy.
This is my girlfriend. What do you feel? How do you feel about that, Matt?
On
my
a real level,
girlfriend.
if Corey is like completely disabled, I don't know to what degree her situation, like that she relies on him as a caretaker. So it would be really hard to bring this to her. I would more bring it to him and be like, hey, what the hell's going on?
You got to bring it to someone. You got to bring, I mean, your girlfriend knows the situation better. So if she feels like she could bring it to her friend and it wouldn't be detrimental, then do that. If you want to call out Matt directly, do that. But like, something's got to budge.
Something's gotta give. I don't get the guy. He acts completely normal and cheerful, then out of the blue he gets withdrawn and makes subtle comments. These never happen in Corey's presence.
I would hope so.
I think you do kind of get the guy a little bit. Yeah.
Sounds like you get him.
Oof, it seems to be turning into a more toxic situation. Earlier this week, Emily got a phone call from Corey while at her office. She was sobbing and yelling. Apparently, Matt told her that Emily complained to him how sick she was of helping Corey and how she thinks she's hamming up her disability to take advantage of people, which this never happened, of course.
And this is why I think you should tell Corey, because now we know what Matt's doing. Matt's realizing, oh shoot, I keep confessing to OP and OP's girlfriend, and now they have something on me to tell Corey, so I need to turn Corey against them.
Yeah, it's time. He's losing it. He's completely losing it. He claimed that he called her cell phone to see if she wanted to go out for lunch earlier, and that's when it happened. Emily hasn't spoken to him one-on-one since he made that comment at her apartment.
Which can be pretty easily proven.
She pulled up her phone records and showed Corey that he never called her. Despite this, Corey is now wary of Emily and has become somewhat distant. I'm at a loss of words as what to do. I feel like a useless boyfriend because I truly don't know what to say or do in regards to dealing with Matt. My girlfriend is very upset with what has happened, and she wants nothing more than to witch him out, but she gets the feeling that may be what he wants. What should I do? Thank you.
I genuinely think that your girlfriend needs to go to Corey right away. And maybe even with you, because you're, also a witness to these things, and say, hey, that did not happen. And also, this stuff has been happening where your boyfriend has been kind of making uncomfortable comments. And then if she chooses not to believe that, there's not really much you can do about that.
Yeah, you just got to be like, dude, I've got the phone records. And also, do you think I just want to be telling you this? Like, this sucks. I hate telling you this.
Yeah.
But I think you need to go to Matt and, like, put him in a corner and be like, you need to tell me exactly what the hell's going on in your head.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you trying to get out of?
And
if you
also-
can't be with her anymore, just don't be with her anymore.
Yeah.
That's the solution. Don't do this weird thing where now it's like, oh, well, it's Corey's fault that I couldn't be with this. But no, shut up. Just break up with Corey.
Yeah.
If you
Like,
can't
don't put
if
Corey
you
in that
can't
situation.
deal,
If you can't swim, get out of the water.
get out of Corey's water.
Free her water.
Stinking up Corey's water. Update. Today I spoke with Matt, mano y mano, earlier. It wasn't a really productive conversation, sadly. I was going to drive us to a bar, and Matt got into the car when he acted nonchalant. When I asked him about his behavior and why he told Corey something that was untrue, he changed his story. First, he came into Emily's office and spoke to her, but the time that he claimed he spoke to her in person, she was in a meeting for an hour. Then he changed it to a different time, blah, 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 blah. It seemed like he was grasping at straws until he went on a full warpath on Emily's character.
Yeah, it's the if I can't have her, no one can.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like the I'm so happy for you, I would never plot your downfall. I'm so happy for you guys. You guys are perfect for each other. I'd never do anything to mess it up.
It's like he's like, I'm so happy for you. I would never plot your downfall at all. He's plotting your downfall.
That's the downfall plot.
It's the downfall plot. Step 1.
Thank God that's all he has so far. He's just like, it's a loose concept. It's got the bones.
Step 1, destroy Emily's character. That's all he has.
That's it. And step 2, profit.
Step 2, profit.
He spoke about how in the beginning of our mutual friendship, she didn't like me and wanted me out of the group of friends. How he stood by me and protected me from her spreading rumors and lies about me and turning people against me. How he was the one that is a true friend to me and that Emily is lying and manipulating everyone.
Then why did you want to date her? Why do you keep saying that you want to date her?
Yeah, also, it's just, do you think the lies, do you think you're getting away with the lies?
Yeah. Do you really think OP is believing any of this?
Do you think he's like, I know. At this point, it was probably you. You probably said all this stuff.
Yeah.
Honestly, or no one said anything.
This is like, so you know how there's the technique of a bunch of little white lies? This is the opposite of that. It's the shock and awe lie technique where you just throw as many lies at a person as possible
Just a cluster grenade of lies and they all go off at once.
in the hopes that they'll believe at least one.
It was like watching some teenage MTV angsty drama coming out of his mouth. I know my girlfriend. I know the kind of person she is and the strength of character she possesses. She isn't the type to lurk around cloak and dagger like it's Game of Thrones. She's very upfront and honest. If there is a problem, she talks it out like a logical person would. That type of character has garnered many friends who respect her and trust her. It's one of the reasons why I love her and we sync so well. What are you guys, made out of lead?
What are you guys? 2 iPhones?
2 iPhones.
Yeah, they're syncing.
The 2 iPhones? It was one iPhone, not sync?
What are you guys, a Spotify share playlist? I don't know. Those things, right?
Oh, I thought you meant like iPhones being thrown in the lake. I was like, why did it have to be 2 iPhones?
No, they're syncing.
I was like, would one iPhone float, but 2 iPhones taped together, would they sync?
What are you guys? 2 Americans on a boat trying to call the Germans to pick you up? What are you syncing about?
Ah, classic. That was a grandpa joke right there. Bit today, grandpa ankles.
Mm-hmm. Because I wore Merrells with my socks.
And then the oversized Birkenstocks. And also it's just like your pants ending at the perfect.
Here you guys.
Like if an old
pants.
old grandpa was wearing suspenders and
there
they
you go.
pulls his pants up really high. Like that's where the bottom of your pants were at.
Yeah.
But the top of your pants were normal. The bottom of your pants, oh my God.
That's what you think, but really the top of my pants end here.
That's what you think. You just couldn't see.
I'm wearing fur pants.
I have pants that look like they stop here, but really, they keep going.
They just keep on going.
We are human beings.
What?
Oh, thank God. We can't get along all of the time, but I know that there wasn't any problems between us especially to evoke the type of behavior he's describing. I got pissed. I could feel my fists clenching. Arthur alert, DW. A part of me wanted to knock his teeth out of his running mouth. Wind it up. Humana, ping! Emily, Corey, and myself did absolutely nothing to deserve this level of mental subterfuge. I feel a complete calm come over me, and I said to him, I know you're full of crap. And I let loose on him much of the things discussed in the comments in the last post. I didn't yell at him. I didn't cuss him out. He just sat in dumb silence as I methodically went over how he's upsetting Corey with his lies, and if he just wanted to leave, then to go ahead, instead of dragging others through his crap. He would try at some points to say things, but I wouldn't allow him. I went over how inappropriate his behavior towards Emily and how disrespectful he is towards our relationship and his own by declaring his feelings on multiple occasions. Matt interrupted me and said that he told us about his feelings when he and Corey were on a break, which was totally not true. It almost felt like an out-of-body experience. I told him to get out of my car, and I drove home. I was full of adrenaline and sweating. By the time I arrived at Emily's house, I was a shaking mess. It turns out Corey and Emily were having a girls' day today with a few friends, and we're watching True Blood eating tiramisu cake. When I came into the living room, all 6 sets of eyes were on me. And it turns out, when Matt sat down in the car, he butt-dialed Corey somehow, and they heard everything. Oh.
Wait, what?
So everyone's going to be on your side now.
Wait. Just recap.
Matt butt-dialed Corey in the car.
When he was talking to OP. That's like cosmic justice.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
Cosmic butt dial.
Wow.
Justice was in Matt's butt that day.
Just butt is.
In his butt cheeks. May he rest in peace. Corey had red puffy eyes and was apologizing profusely to Emily, who refused to accept her apology because to her, Corey was just a victim in a really bad situation. We'll see what these next few days bring. I honestly am wary about how Corey will handle Matt. He's no longer welcome in our lives. Well, of course he's not. If he was, that'd be the most insane thing ever.
Yeah. I hope he's just gone. Hope I never see him or hear from him.
And he's gone. The fact that the amount of witnesses are also girlfriends and wives of mutual male friends, we will see how that goes. Thank you guys for helping me get my bearings to do this. It feels like a massive weight has been lifted from my shoulders. And by the way, a massive weight is waiting for you on iHeartRadio, where you can listen to full episodes with stories like this, or wherever you listen to podcasts. All you have to do is search OK Storytime, and we're there. Find it. Keep it secret. I mean, don't keep it secret. Let them know. Let them know where to find us. We do have a little update.
Oh, my.
Yeah. There's nothing you gotta do other than just refuse to engage.
Yeah.
There will be no further engaging of Matt.
Stop engaging. Matt should have been gone. Honestly, I would have not engaged with him the second he started saying those comments. But, it took you a minute because of all the friend inner workings and all that jazz.
Yeah. There's politicals.
Yeah.
And we all play the game.
We've all had political friendships where someone kind of sucks, but you gotta associate with them because they're a friend of a friend.
There's just politicals going on all over the place.
Politicals.
Update number 2. Corey spent the night at Emily's in the guest bedroom. Matt and her shared an apartment. She was a wreck after the phone call and made adamant claims how she was done with Matt and that she knew something was up. She apologized profusely, making a lot of promises, and how she would never doubt her best friend again. It all seemed okay until we woke up this morning. Corey was gone, and Emily got worried immediately because of her history of clinical depression after the accident. She grabbed her cell to call her and found about a dozen texts from Corey about how she was a rotten person and a liar. Apparently, she and Matt talked early this morning, and he turned her around despite what she witnessed. He claimed we were out to get him and that we set him up. I just shook my head.
What do you mean we set him up? That's like if some guy went into like a substance deal wearing a wire and then got caught because of the stuff that came out on the wire. And he's like, who did that? Who did that?
Which one of you guys are working with the feds and put that wire on me?
And they're like, no, dude, you came wearing a wire. He's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I know I did. Who put it on me? One of you guys did.
It was one of you guys.
It was that guy over there. Yeah, not me. How did he do that?
I don't know.
I feel bad. It's probably because this girl's got a TBI, dude. Honestly, it could be a huge part of it.
Of what?
Of how Matt was able to be like, no, it's a setup. She got TBI.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anybody who's going to be more easily confused than the others, it would be the one with the TBI.
Yeah, he's probably, or definitely taking advantage of that.
It's very despicable. I want to throw Matt into the ocean.
Who put me in here?
Who put me in here? You did, Matt. You got put into the ocean with your actions. This is the consequence of your actions,
You're
Matt.
in the ocean now.
Hey, who butt dialed you on my phone?
In my pocket.
You had a little 1-inch man in my butt who butt dialed you. He was setting me up.
There's the cosmic justice in my butt.
Yeah. Emily is deeply hurt from the whole situation and the hateful text. For me, I say F 'em. I'm washing my hands clean of the situation, and that is the end of that story. And to some degree, you do kind of have to go, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. She had her come to Jesus moment that night and said, I'll never doubt you again, and then doubted you less than 12 hours later. And it's because her, her boyfriend is a dirty little snake.
Yeah.
But
so that worked?
I guess it worked.
Oh. That's that is pretty devastating.
And who knows, man? We don't really have a clue into that dynamic. Maybe Corey's also scared to not have that level of familiarity and safety net with another person. Who knows?
Yeah, she's very willing to believe the lie that, brings her back to the relationship that she wanted. She was single for a while, probably. I mean, unfortunately, she probably does have that mindset of okay, there's not a lot of people who would be willing to be in a relationship because I have a lot of, caretaking needs. And we have this guy, Matt, who sucks, but on the surface, at least in her eyes, is willing to be there.
Big suck. A big suck. Big suck for Matthew. We're putting him in the big suck. We got a big old vacuum for Matthew. The Matthew vacuum. We just go... And he goes... And he goes... And he deserves that.
Yeah.
Who he reminds me of? Did you ever see Nightcrawler?
Yeah, with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw the beginning of it.
He reminds me of the character Lou Bloom from Nightcrawler, which is Jake Gyllenhaal's character.
Oh, then yeah, okay.
Nightcrawler is a fantastic movie. I can't believe it's like one of those.
I don't know
it's
why
a
I
movie
didn't
a lot
finish
of people just don't know about.
I think Sam was playing it. I don't know if I watched it though.
Good.
All right. But that's the end of that story. And we got another one coming right up. My friend has repeatedly stood me up for years. I finally had enough.
I mean, it took a while, but you got there.
Someone I know is currently pregnant and due to give birth very soon. But for the last 3 years have consistently canceled at the last minute on plans.
Wouldn't it be funny if their excuse for the past 3 years has been that they're pregnant?
They're like, I'm pregnant. And he's like, it's not possible. It's been 3 years.
The doctor says
pregnant.
it's a triplet, so it's 3 times as
Yeah,
long.
They said every year, 1 year for every triplet. Deflected blame, and I feel used and disposable. Am I the a-hole for blocking her? Honestly, I wouldn't do that. I would just stop reaching out. For context, over the last year, I can count on one hand the amount of times she has showed up to things our friend and I plan for months in advance. We all live 2 to 3 hours from each other, so driving to do dinners, celebrate birthdays, etc. is very time-consuming and expensive. However, I'm happy to put in the effort when it is appreciated. But over the last 2 years, the excuses became that she was too tired or she wanted to spend time with her boyfriend. And now, most recently, I haven't even gotten a text at all. Just straight up feeling disrespected that she would rather sit at home and not put in the effort to come to plans she supposedly wanted to make. My birthday was my last straw. 2 months ago, I picked the restaurant, activities, and everything surrounding her due to the pregnancy. There were multiple texts sent out in the week and month leading up to this, texting her multiple times to confirm the plans. And shocker, she didn't come. But here's the real puncher. She tried to make it seem like it was my fault for not reminding her or telling her about the plans. I followed that up with screenshots of the texts of all the times of me telling her. By the way, this comes from blogger8517, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
And we're here to give good advice goofly, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, that being said, I continued to try and be there for her throughout her pregnancy and support her.
Okay, one thing I need to ask is, have you had any actual conversations with her about, like, can she not spend the money? Can she, is there something going on? Or are you just stewing in absolute silence? Because if that's the case, you would kind of be an a-hole for just blocking her.
That is my main question. I need to know, have you had a conversation? And 2, I would have stopped reaching out a while ago. Because I've had friends who, you know, I've tried to make plans with and just consistently have not shown me a level of, you know, reciprocation. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. They'll reach out to me if they want to reach out. Otherwise, it's fine. Like, don't put it so much on, I don't know, don't make it so personal. I think that's the thing that I've learned. You just kind of stop reaching out to them. Don't put in the effort.
I mean, she might not even, like, really disrespect you. It's like she's just got
She's
a whole
got her
life of her own, hours away from
Yeah.
you, that she's building. She's got a boyfriend. They're having a child. It's like,
She probably just, like, got her own life. That's it. Doesn't mean that you have to put in the effort. However, it's clear I'm no longer wanted in any capacity. I'm posting on here for the fact that I can't talk to anyone else about this due to her being pregnant and knowing that her canceling last minute will be seen as excused. But I felt used and disposable over the constant disappointment and expectations for me to show up for her over the years prior to this. I truly don't understand how someone can be this selfish, and I almost want to say that this is why she will have nobody in her corner. Genuinely, like, just release this energy. Focus on the friends who are there.
it really feels like you're just standing in the corner like, yeah. And she
Yeah.
goes, and it's like,
Plotting her downfall.
come on, dude. Like, you're like, I was expected to show up. Were you?
Yeah.
Were you? Or did you put that on yourself?
Because it feels like you're putting it on yourself.
If I had a bunch of friends who all lived hours away,
Yeah.
I would never expect them to be anywhere. Like, imagine you just had friends in San
Yeah.
Diego and you're just like, wow, you didn't come up. Wow, you didn't come all the way up here. Just like crazy.
That's exactly what I have. I have many friends in San Diego, and I have one friend who consistently puts in the effort to come up. And I have other friends who, you know, I don't see. And it's not at all their fault. I don't blame them.
They just have lives
they
in a
have lives in San
geographic
Diego.
location that is different than yours.
Yeah. And it's the same with me. Like, I don't drive down to San Diego a lot.
Yeah.
Got work. Because how is it fair to continue to try and show up for someone who is so disrespectful of my time and everyone else's time besides her boyfriend, who she always canceled on me last minute for? Due to the timing of this, I have chosen to block her and not discuss anything about my grievances because of 2 reasons. 1, it's not going to change anything as she's very aware of how rude she's been. Is she, though?
I love
Is
that
she?
you know that
Is she?
without a doubt, right?
2, she's pregnant, and I refuse to be painted in a negative light that I stressed out a first-time mom. However, I just felt like I needed someone to hear my perspective. Today, she planned something, but of course she didn't even cancel last minute. She just texted her other friends saying she's using this time to get her hair and nails done. The sad part is I never even planned on going solely for the fact that I wasn't going to waste the time, money, and gas for someone to stand me up. And there we go! Yes!
Wait, so you're
That's
saying
it. That's the answer.
did she just say that she made plans to do something and then texted the person that was going to come and said, "Hey, actually I'm just going to get my hair and nails done"?
Yeah.
All right, you do kind of suck for that.
Yeah, of course she does.
You do that. She does suck for that.
I think it's not
But
even...
you suck
Yeah.
if you're not telling her she sucks for that.
Call her out. It's not even like, oh, she's not in the wrong. You know, of course she's being flaky and stuff, but like the answer is not to hold all of that in and keep this grudge. It's just like, okay, well, I know she's a flake, so I'm not going to plan stuff with her. It's a hard lesson to learn that no matter how much you try with someone, whether that be a friend, family, or a man, that some people just don't care. Ever. I blocked her because I don't want to see the inevitable text of, OMG, I miss you. Let's make plans. Truly, at this point, it just feels like she got pleasure from knowing she has someone care about her and she could do whatever she wanted and I'd still be there. I felt used. Am I the a-hole? I I think it's a little bit of everyone sucks here for different reasons. I think she's super flaky. And it sucks for that. I think you may be a self a-hole for holding all of this in and not actually having a conversation or just letting her go.
Yeah, I mean, at
But
some
it's
point,
a lesson you have to learn.
you know, I feel like everybody ends up with a friend like this, and you have conversations with them, and
It doesn't do anything.
if it doesn't do anything, at some point, you just kind of invite them to stuff knowing that they won't come, and then at some point, they just kind of stop being invited, because why?
Why?
They're
what's
just
the
not
point?
going to show up.
Yeah. I have always, kind of held I don't know what the word is, but I've always gone by the rules of I'll invite someone out to hang out with me maybe probably 3 times. Depends on if it's a long-term friend, but I'll invite someone about 3 times to hang out, and if they constantly either cancel or say, no, I can't do it, then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to keep asking you.
Yeah.
You'll ask me. And she seems like the person who asks and then still cancels. So then you just don't accept. You just say, no, I don't, you know what? I know you're a flake, so whatever.
Making plans and then being the one
Yeah,
to
to
cancel
cancel
them
them.
for your hair and nails.
Like, why not just
Crazy.
make those the plans? That's
Yeah.
the crazy thing to me. Why didn't she just say, hey, can we do a little nails day? Crazy.
Or even just like, yeah, no, I totally forgot I had this book. Do you want to just come with me and we can just like
Yeah.
talk while I'm there at the stylist or whatever?
It doesn't take that long.
Yeah, it's not
I
like
don't know,
that's
an
an
hour out of
all-day
your day?
affair.
Yeah. It's kind of ridiculous. Update 1 month later. My friend had her baby a few weeks ago. A couple of days ago, I got contacted by one of her family members. They asked me why I hadn't come to see her and the new baby, and that if I was so excited and supportive of her, why haven't I made an attempt to visit? Keep in mind, I've done a lot of things this summer, so I'm assuming the insecurity came from all of my posts.
I don't like you, OP. I don't like your friend. I don't like how either of you move. They're probably just insecure because I have so many cool posts from the summer. Shut up. They're probably just like, we think that you're her friend. Why aren't you here? They don't understand what's going on in your head.
Yeah, I think you could just say, hey. I mean, you don't even have to say really anything. You can just kind of brush it off or something. Or you could say, we haven't really been hanging out too much recently.
Yeah, you just say, oh, I just haven't found the time to get up there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Doesn't have to be a big thing.
And they're probably jealous of my cool posts from the summer. They're insecure. They're insecure about my cool summer posts.
I happily informed said family members of the constant updates I have asked for and included screenshots of the times I've asked to come see her. No response. I understand that in my previous post I said I had blocked her, but it's a complicated situation with her being postpartum. The reason why I have unblocked her and have reached out is so now I can report to the family member that yes, I have asked to come see them, and no, I'm not getting a response, maybe because she knew you blocked her.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I said, don't like how either of you move.
Yeah. They apologized immediately and said they were not told the full story. My friend told the family member that she was feeling isolated and alone, that she has not had anyone at her house. Essentially, my purpose with this is to show proof of doing everything in my power to not be the person I'm made out to be.
Except for having this conversation with your friend, like once.
Yeah.
That's insane. And you even earlier were like, I'm not going to talk to her about it because, one, it's not going to do anything. Well, you know what's guaranteed to do absolutely nothing? Not talking to her.
And on her end, I mean, you have to inconvenience yourself to have a community. It's impossible to have friends in a way that is convenient to you every time, because that's not how friendship works. It's a
Yeah.
give and take. So she's learning now that, oh, if I don't inconvenience myself at all, and I never actively go out of my way to hang out with my friends, then I'm not going to have any of those. I hope at least in this aspect they can start to put the pieces together and see that she's being controlled. Still have not received a response, by the way. And now you release that, girl. You release that and you stop thinking about it, because she's not going to change. I mean, especially not if you don't talk to her, but she's not seemingly going to change at all. So just focus on other friends.
Yeah. Certainly does not seem like she is coming around, but yeah, I think you both suck in different ways. Almost like two sides of the same sucky coin.
Yeah. It is kind of the worst type of friendship to be in, where one person is the worst and never makes any plans and always falls through, and the other person is like this anxious. It's like anxious attachment and avoidance.
The other person is just secretly seething at every
Yeah.
single thing that you ever do and every decision you ever make.
Yeah. The best thing that anyone can learn all of our followers out there, all of the people watching, is that if someone does not put in the effort, don't put in the effort for them. Focus on the people who put in the effort. But that's the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up.
I exposed the guy I met on Tinder as a cheater, and it made my friend mad.
I don't understand you.
A couple of weeks ago, I met a guy, AJ, on Tinder, and we hit it off. He was cute and funny, and I was really excited to meet him. We went out for drinks, had a good time, and kissed at the end.
Ooh.
I don't sleep with someone on the first date. After the first date, text got pretty risque with the flirting.
Okay.
It was at this point I decided to start talking him up to some friends. One of my friends, Cara, asked to see pictures, so I sent her a couple. She immediately calls me and tells me that the guy I'm talking to is dating a girl at her office.
Uh-oh.
Dun, dun, dun.
Uh-oh.
I asked if she was sure, and she said she was 100% positive. She sent me a picture of him and his girlfriend that's on her desk at work. I felt sick to my stomach. It was definitely AJ. I confronted him about it, sent him the picture that Cara sent me, and ripped him a new one. He half-heartedly apologized, but I still felt awful. I've been cheated on before, and the idea of being the other woman infuriated me. I kept the pictures he sent me, which included pics of the wee-wee, the wiener,
Wee-wee pics.
the schnitzel,
The wiener and the schnitzel.
the little Vienna sausage that comes in the can, and decided I was going to tell his girlfriend. And by the way, I'm going to tell you that this story comes from In the Dark Other Woman. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Sophia.
We're here to read this story and give our advice, have our take, but we don't have all the answers, so keep that in mind and let us know what you would do down in the comments. And you might just get featured in a future video.
Ooh.
Mwah. OP says, I told Cara about my plan and she blew up.
What? Why?
She said that their relationship was none of my business and that I need to get off my high horse and let the relationship be since I don't really know either party.
That's actually a wild take.
That is maybe one of the most insane takes I've ever read on this channel.
To be like, you don't actually know either party. She was dating the guy.
It's like, you're not even involved. I kissed him. We were sending little flirty doodle pics to each other.
We were involved. That's pretty crazy. I would judge
Yeah.
a friend who said that to me.
Yeah, immediately on the not cool list.
Be like, oh,
Different situations, maybe she's right. This is not one of them.
no.
She says I don't know either party, except for the fact that this dude was trying to get it on with me. And who knows how long he's been on there and has been effing other girls. Kara told me that if I tell AJ's girlfriend, she would never forgive me. Cool, I don't care.
Genuinely, if I had a friend who ever said that to me, I'd be like, oh, so then we're not friends anymore.
I flip that around. I say, Uno reverse card. I already don't forgive you.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I think I Uno reverse card again, and I say, actually, it's none of your business.
Yeah, you're the one who's uninvolved. Oh my God. I see you.
She.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's why she was like immediately like, cause
She's like, I know that guy.
because like, you know, unless you're close with the people that you work with, you don't typically know all their boyfriends all that well.
Yeah.
But if she's getting on with him, she probably wouldn't want anyone to know about it.
Exactly. What could come to light, Cara? I don't really know why she's so angry at the thought of me ratting out this guy, but she is. And I think we know.
We know.
Don't we?
We know.
Cara has been my best friend for almost 12 years. And the idea of losing her sucks.
12 years?
No, I thought this was just a coworker. 12 years?
It's Kara's coworker.
Oh.
Yeah, the girl that's being cheated on is Kara's coworker.
Dude, it sucks to find out your friend of 12 years is a bad person.
Yeah,
That sucks.
that is really a big old bummer.
I just can't get over what, in my opinion, is her effed up morals.
Yeah.
I think telling this girl is the right thing to do because the guy is a sleazer. Carl Sleazer.
Carl Sleaze. Carl. Jimmy's mom.
Yeah, Jimbo, your mom's so hot.
I'm Carl Sleazer. I have proof too, so it's not like it's going to be my word versus his. I have 2 weeks worth of conversations and pictures, but she's right on the fact that I don't really know either of them. So it makes me question whether or not I should tell her. But then again, if I was in her position, I'd want to know. So do I risk one of my longest friendships to help out a stranger, or do I pull an Elsa and just let it go? And there is an update.
Your longest friendship has already been damaged.
Yeah, I mean,
And not by you.
I'm just trying to put this in the context, like put myself in OP's shoes and try to think if Keon said this to me, it would be, I'd be like, who are you? What have
Yeah.
you done with my best friend?
And to even say, not just to go to, oh, well, I don't know if it's really your place, like just giving advice, but she went to, I will never forgive you.
Yeah.
Why is it so intense? Why is she at that level of, I won't just judge you, I will never forgive you?
And there's an update.
What dog has she got in this race?
So I took all the advice into consideration, and I realized that maybe, just maybe, the reason Kara was mad was because she didn't want to ruin a work relationship. You're almost there.
Almost there, almost there. It'll take a minute.
Go a little deeper. Why would her work relationship be ruined? But I still wanted to tell AJ's girlfriend, so I searched and searched and searched, and I finally found her personal email address. And I did not want to send, because, I didn't want to send the doodle pics to her work email. I created an anonymous email account, and I emailed her the evidence and told her what happened. In the email, I was very to the point and stated that I did not wish to pursue this or talk about it any further, as all relevant information was attached. I just wanted to let her know because I thought it was the right thing to do, and that I would want someone to tell me if I was in her position. I really hope she gets it and decides to dump AJ. I thought about not telling Kara, but I decided to, just in case the girlfriend tried to confide in Kara at work, and Kara mistook it for her being exposed in the situation. So I called up Kara and told her that I decided to tell the girlfriend, but I did it anonymously and didn't use her name or my name. So there's no way it's going to get back to her. And Kara flipped her lid, dude.
Mm-hmm.
She started going on and on about how I apparently do whatever I want without regard for other people's feelings, and how I should have fun on my high horse knowing that I possibly just ruined a relationship. Babe.
Oh.
Girly pop. He ruined it.
Oh, I would just be staring at her like, I'm sorry, I ruined the relationship where this guy cheated on his girlfriend? I did that? I wouldn't say anything to her, actually. If she went on this rant, I would just stare at her and say, who are you?
Just glassy-eyed shark stare.
Do I know you?
I'm just not, there's nothing in front of me. Craziness. She goes on and on and on about how it was none of my business, blah, 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 blah. The same crap she told me earlier when I asked her for her advice. I was, and I still am, completely dumbfounded by her reaction to all of this. We are coming up on the end of this story. Are we gonna find out if it was Kara who was with AJ?
I don't think we are, and that is going to be really upsetting to me.
If anyone has any idea of why else Kara would be mad, put it in the comments, please. 'Cause
Please.
all I can think of is she was doing the bad tango with AJ.
Yeah, to be this level of mad about a coworker. If we're not looking any deeper into her maybe being with AJ, this doesn't make sense because she should have a stronger relationship with her coworker and should want her coworker to not be in that type of relationship.
Right.
And yet she is so adamantly against it. Why?
What does she know that we don't?
Why?
To throw away a 12-year friendship over something that is clearly the right thing to do
Yeah.
is nonsense. I asked if it was because she had a guilty conscience, or maybe was also seeing AJ, and she was offended that I would ever have the audacity to accuse her of cheating, and said that it was because she's a good person and knows how to mind her own effing business. I think just the fact that she's like, I'm flabbergasted that you would think this. She's doing it.
Yeah, she pulled up.
Kara, it's the only thing that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Kara.
Kara. Oh, Kara.
Although this weight has been lifted from my shoulders, and I feel like I did the right thing. Right now, my best friend is making me feel terrible and questioning whether or not I should have interfered. If anything, I really hope AJ's girlfriend appreciates what I did. But if not, I feel like I just did something good that ended up just being a terrible thing to do.
You did something good, point blank, period.
I mean, maybe Kara is just a little mixed up because what you did is good, but it's going to make Kara feel bad. But that's not a bad thing. It's going to feel bad when you realize, oh my God, my boyfriend's been cheating on me. You're going to feel bad about that.
There are moments where people find out that something that they believe was true is not true, and they go through an emotional response. And when they can't blame, when they don't want to blame the person who is actually responsible, they'll lash out at anyone else.
That's right. I mean, we just read a story earlier in this episode that had that sort of almost exact same rollout. But, Kara, we know what you're up to.
We know.
But that is the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up.
My friend kept sulking all throughout my wedding planning, but refuses to leave.
Why even here, man?
I'm at a total loss of what to do regarding one of my bridesmaids, and I was hoping to get some advice from you all. My friend Kat has been a good friend of mine for the last 7 years, but we've always been friendly since we met in high school 15 years ago. When I moved away from our hometown after college graduation to a major city about 7 hours away, we still continued our friendship and would continuously talk and visit each other. We've been through a lot together, and I considered her one of my best friends, until about 2 years ago when things started to get a little uncomfortable.
By what means?
2 years ago, she wanted to come visit my significant other and I at our home in the city. We, of course, said yes, and that's when she dropped the, "Can my friend from grad school come too?" Despite us never having met or heard about this girl. We still said yes, and to be short and sweet, this girl was a terrible house guest, complained about her dog, made me super late for my new job because she wouldn't get out of bed. I drove them to the train station, and just was all around an annoying person.
Why are they friends?
Yeah, I feel like...
Dealer?
I don't think so. I feel like you could have just said no, because you don't know this girl.
Good
and
point.
I feel like my cousin asked if her one friend could come visit while she visited, and I said, there's not enough room. I'm sorry, and I also don't know this person, so no. And she was like, okay, that was it. Like, you can say no. I had the feeling that Kat just wanted to show off that she knew someone in the city and tried to impress this girl. Ever since then, my relationship with Kat has started going downhill. She would only talk to me about problems with her grad school friends, rude house guests included, invite herself over to my house whenever she had time off of work and could come down and see me, and when she would come visit, it would be expected that I entertain her, take her out to restaurants, tour things in the city, etc. I would try to tell her that I needed to run my weekend errands and couldn't keep her busy, so she would start to pout and complain again.
What?
By the way, this comes from bridesmaid issue 1234, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/showcase Storytime subreddit. I'm Savannah.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give some good advice in a little goofy way, but we don't have all the answers. We'd only tell you what we would do, but let us know what you would do down in those comments. As Opie says, I tried to look past it because she was supposed to be my best friend. Then last year, I got engaged to my significant other, and she was so nonchalant about wedding talk. She would blatantly say she didn't care about X, or change the subject, or completely tune me out.
What?
So she's not your friend.
I don't think you see what this friend is doing. It's a very one-way street here.
So I began to instead turn to my other bridesmaids, who have been amazing and so helpful. All of this brings me to my final point. Recently, my fiance and I had to relocate back to our home state for a work opportunity. It was really hard to accept, and I did not want to leave behind our life we had in the city, but all Kat cared about was that I was moving closer to her. She refused to acknowledge how hard it was for us and kept getting angry when I wouldn't get excited like she wanted me to.
What is happening here?
She just sounds exhausting.
It really is exhausting.
It's like she's so self-absorbed that it's like, well, wait, but I'm going to benefit from this, so why aren't you happy? Like, because we don't want to leave the city, but we have to. But you're coming closer to me. You should be happy about that, right? Best friends forever. Freak.
I hate her.
Then she started realizing that she wasn't involved in the wedding planning as much because she would not even respond to texts. and got even more mad. I mean, there's no winning.
Super basic thing to do is respond to text.
Especially about weddings. They're
Yeah.
important.
If you want to be a part of it, you gotta respond.
Exactly. She keeps playing dumb when my other bridesmaids ask questions, and they keep coming to me to complain about Kat.
Ugh.
For the past 2 weeks, she has not been responding to my text messages or calls, and only did so when she wanted to come by our new place, where I felt as if it was a grilling session. All she was doing was asking me questions about letting me go into a longer response. I even followed up afterwards asking if everything was okay, and she never responded.
What?
What does she want? Like, you want me to talk to you, but then if it's not about something you want to talk about, then we can't talk. So, what is this?
Yeah, I'm confused too.
Is it like a transactional friendship? I don't know. I'm honestly not sure what to do, and I feel myself getting more and more frustrated. My fiance tells me to just wait out her temper tantrum, but I'm about ready to tell her to grow up. Should I confront Kat or just wait this whole thing out? There's an update. I think wait
Really?
until after the wedding. I think let her,
Think
'cause
she might do something crazy before the wedding?
you don't know. And I wouldn't want to take that chance. So I'll just be like, you know what? I'll deal with it after the wedding. Like, after we come back from honeymoon, blah, 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 or on this high, I can now come back to real life and be like, okay,
We're done.
yeah.
Giving her a heads up beforehand shouldn't be too bad. You could do it in the form of letter, a text, something that's one-sided, like the relationship you've been with her for a while. So you don't have that toxic back and forth. She might want to have a thing to say or two. You're not going to let her do it.
She definitely has a thing to say. Update. After my post, I reached out to her once again to see what was going on, and after a while, she finally admitted that she was in a funk and didn't know how to fix it.
Oh,
I offered to meet up, but she was busy, and that was the end of it. Ever since, I just make sure she's okay, but expect her to turn me down for everything I ask her to do with me. So I've stopped asking. This past weekend, my maid of honor, the one who is actually my best friend and has proven it time and time again for the past 10 years, came with me to visit a few florists and get some lunch, and I felt myself walking on eggshells because that is how I've had to be with Kat for so long now. No matter what we were doing, wedding related or not, I am always making sure she is entertained or preparing myself that she would be in a pissy mood because we were taking too long somewhere or even fully expecting to not have her full attention due to her phone. The truth is, this past weekend with my maid of honor, things were fun and easy and I had a blast. And that's called a real friendship, OP.
there you go.
Yeah. So you know what true friends are, and you know those people that, are only in your lives for a certain amount of time until they piss you off or they get pissed or whatever, and then it's just dumb.
We're done here.
Yeah. Sometimes you click, but sometimes people don't grow with you.
Honestly,
That's the same in friendships, relationships, everything else. Sometimes you grow out of people.
instead of growing in them.
Ew.
So I grew in a person.
I guess we've all grown in someone. That's when I knew that I had to give Kat an out of the wedding party. Well, I prepared these long texts and told her that she didn't have to attend all the wedding festivities if she didn't want to use too much PTO, since that was apparently a huge deal for her for using 2 days of PTO. But then I also made sure that she knew that I would not be mad or hold it against her if she felt she needed to focus on her career and if being in the wedding party was too much for her right now. Y'all, I swear I must have spent an hour wording and rewording these texts to her because I didn't want to sound mean or anything.
But it's still going to come across
Yeah, she's
any way Kat wants it to.
going to take it as attack, 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 because that's just who she is.
I don't know how critical thinking works. I'm going to be mad.
Yeah. All she wrote back was, I would never not want to be in your bridal party. No way, girl. Don't even suggest that. That was it.
Well,
There was no response to anything else I wrote.
being a part of a wedding party, you got to help me out here.
There should be like an alarm going off in your brain. If someone sent me that to be like, hey, I understand if you don't want to be a part of this. I'm not going to be mad if you drop out or whatever, la la la. I would take that as a reflection on myself and be like, oh, what made you think that I didn't want to do this?
Exactly.
Let me try harder. Let me prove to you that I want to do this.
Yeah.
And instead she's like, no, what do you mean? I'd love to still be there.
Okay, let's give it to her straight. We'll stop beating around the bush.
Yeah.
Let's eat the dirt pickle.
The whole hour it took for Kat to respond, I was just hoping that she would take the hint and bow out of the bridal party. She acts like she doesn't want to be my friend anymore, but when I give her the opportunity to make it official, she refuses. because she doesn't want to be the bad guy. I've been in this situation many times.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. And it's always you, at the end of the day, they're going to try to pin it on you anyway. You might as well cut the fruit off the tree.
Nip it in the bud.
Yeah. Because, you're just going to be painted as the bad guy anyway. So it doesn't matter what you do.
Fun fact with tomatoes.
Yeah.
You have stems that come up, and sometimes a stem will come up in between two of the stems, and it's called a sucker. And if you let a sucker grow for too long, it cuts the nutrients off from one side, and it becomes the dwindled down one, and then that sucker gets all the nutrients from that. So what you do is whenever this happens, you peel it off so that these two stems that already have fruit on it can have as much nutrients as it is. And it seems like Kat is trying to be a sucker and not grow her own stem.
Wow. I was wondering why you brought this up. I thought it was just farm facts, which I
Farm
do
facts
appreciate.
relating to relationships.
Like it. It is as if the only reason she wants to be a part of the bridal party is to show off to social media, and it makes me furious. I did not respond to her because I don't know what else to say anymore.
Why is this person your friend still?
Yeah.
I would not want her to be my friend. They're there to support you. They're there to be there for your most happiest day. And if it's not revolving around her and her world, then she's not about it. I mean, how did her visiting you with her friend not show that? Because whenever you're out of college, usually the time you spend with a friend, you want it to be as good as you possibly could make it.
Oh, yeah.
She didn't make it the best.
I don't.
Cut her out, dude. I mean, she's a vampire, energy vampire. Honestly,
Yeah.
energy vampire.
No, she is at this point. She's just like, well, what is she doing for you? She's just causing you stress before your wedding, making you doubt yourself, making you have to type a message for an hour and reword all these things to make it seem okay.
You cannot talk to her in the language that you have. That is the number one red flag that I have in a relationship. If I have to change my wording so it doesn't offend you,
That's true. I'm
not even coming at you with malicious intent. I'm coming at you from how I feel.
Yeah.
And if I can't lay that out and I have to like reword, restructure, blah, 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 and have it in a different language that doesn't sound like me, what does that even mean?
Yeah, then it's like you're just trying to cater to the other person the entire time, and they still aren't getting it. How frustrating is that?
She didn't get it.
Yeah.
Girl, I'm still going to be in your wedding party.
Yeah, it's like, ah!
She didn't get the hint, OP. Tell her.
Update 2.
Uh-oh. Kat ate my wedding cake before we cut it.
I reached out to try to meet up with her face-to-face, and she ended up blowing me off. Surprise. I finally called her up and told her that I was really sorry, but I'm going to have to ask her to step down as a bridesmaid. She seemed very monotone, but said, I'm heartbroken, and how she had been pushing people away for months now, but never realized how bad it had gotten until I said something. She asked twice if she could still be a bridesmaid, but I said that we need to work on our friendship before I answer that question. Since then, she's been texting me a lot and asked to meet up on Friday for dinner, and I feel like she's trying to catch up on the last several months of not really talking or being friends. We'll see how it goes, but as of now, the rest of the bridal party knows to not include her in planning. I'll see how it goes, but I'm not stressing anymore, and quite frankly feel as if a huge burden has been lifted off my shoulders. See, that's how you know you did the right thing. If you feel less stress and can now breathe a full breath, that is the right thing. You definitely got that off your chest, and now you can continue to, repair this relationship, not worrying about how to repair it before your wedding, and everything. I don't think you should give her any hope that she is eventually going to still be a bridesmaid. I think you need to be like, no, that's off the table.
Yeah,
Still continue to be friends. You're still invited to come.
You can be a guest. Attend as a guest. Low
maintenance. Yeah. You don't even have to buy a dress and do all these things and
don't even have to take off paid time off.
Yeah.
Just show up as is.
Yeah. Just come to the reception.
And then after the wedding, probably put some distance. She is coming from out of town though. So she might have to still get a paid time off,
I mean, yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's the end of that story and this episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you.
And see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. We have some bonus stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
I woke up to my boyfriend's girl best friend in our bedroom at 2 a.m. Are they cheating?
There's either that or like a more nefarious option. Like,
Why is she Nosferatuing into your bedroom?
Yeah, is she possessed by some kind of ghoul of some kind?
She must be. I, 40 female, am in a new relationship, and my boyfriend, 45 male, email did tell me that he and his girl best friend, female 40s, briefly dated a few years ago and slept together once, but realized they were better off as friends. I felt a bit wary, but I'm also aware that I have had friendships with men I've been with, and there's truly nothing there, for me at least. By the way, this comes from SaltySense7662, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/Okie Storytime subreddit. So, I do believe him when he says it's totally platonic for him, though he has mentioned in his most recent ex, they were together for a year and a half, wasn't the girl best friend's biggest fan, but to each their own.
Yeah, for sure. But to each their own is a great way to put that.
Girl best friend sounded cool, and he mentioned we have a lot of things in common, she and I, and he could see us becoming good friends. Exes have requested some distance between girl best friend and boyfriend as it made them uncomfortable, but I decided not to worry about it until I met her and judged her myself. The other night, I was spending the night at my boyfriend's when I woke up to a woman who had entered the apartment and came straight to his bedroom doorway and just effing stared at us in bed. That's incredibly creepy. When I first heard the sound of the door unlocking and a light click on, I was sleeping and thought it was part of a dream until I realized it was real. He was sleeping super soundly, and I was trying to wake him up by patting his arm, rubbing his chest, touching his face, talking to him, and I was frantic because I didn't know who she was, how she got in, and why she was there at 2 a.m. What is she doing during all of this? Is she just like...
Yeah, the starer? I'm more confused on how you could possibly be calm enough to not
just
wake
like, hey,
up
babe.
your partner.
Hey, babe. Yeah, no,
Babe, please.
shake him.
Bang, bang,
Shake
bang.
him. She just stared for a few minutes, and he was having a hard time waking up. By the time I finally was able to wake him up, she was gone. The only thing she said was sorry for disturbing you. Understandably, it takes him a few minutes to get his bearings. I describe the woman. He states who it sounds like, then shows me a pic. It's girl best friend. He checked his calls and texts, and the last time she texted him was the day before. A few minutes later, she was blowing up his phone, and he finally answered, and she said something about being scared and needing to talk to him. What, did she get scared of the rainstorm? He told her off and ended the call, but she continued to call and text for the next hour and was pissed that he wouldn't come out and talk with her. She has a boyfriend, and she obviously knows about me. Boyfriend and I live about an hour and a half apart, so I was there for about an hour after this happened. When I told him I was going home, I wanted to make sure I was okay to drive, and I was just stunned and trying to process this, and I didn't know where she was, and I was scared to run into her. It was whining. He reached out to me the next day in the late morning and early afternoon, not sure if I wanted to talk to him or not. As it turns out, she let herself in for the first time ever, having not called or texted him first to tell him she's in love with him and wanted him to choose her over me.
What?
I'm sorry. Girl was like, I'm going to confess my love at 2 a.m. while his girlfriend is there.
Oh my God.
How romantic.
I'm going to break into his house at 2 a.m. and confess my love.
While OP's there too?
This is either like they were covering,
Yeah.
or
I
that's
don't buy this.
the worst timing of all time.
Hey,
Truly.
when your thoughts are running through your brain at like 1 a.m, might as well just
She's
do
like,
it.
I just have to do it.
What would you rather hear? Would you rather be like, oh, I broke in to do the spicy tango with your boyfriend? Or I walked in because I'm so in love with him. I just don't know.
Wait, I was gonna say,
Both of them.
how many times does this happen? We don't know.
Well,
how many
he
times,
says this is the first time that
Well,
she's ever broken in.
but we don't know that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's crazy. Can you imagine?
He was shocked, but laid his boundaries out, and she said that she can't be just friends with him. So their friendship is over.
Okay.
He's had a lot of loss in his life, and she was a big part of his support system over the last few years, so he's grieving the loss of the friendship because this is fresh, and I don't know how to process any of this. He really does seem blindsided and never imagined she would do that. Yeah, I listen to / watch a lot of true crime. I'm the one who locked the door before we went to bed, so I know it was locked. But at first I thought maybe a neighbor entered the wrong apartment. And then while she stared for a few minutes while I was panicking and trying to wake him up, I was like, oh, F, she might be a crazy ex and she might hurt us. I have never thought about what I'd do in this situation because I never in a million years thought I'd be in it. But holy F. His apartment is keyless entry. She knew the access codes because they were good friends for several years, and he travels internationally for work a few weeks at a time and needed someone to water plants / grab mail.
Another great reason to be a fan of physical keys. I hate digital keys because you
I
can
love 'em.
hack them. They can be hacked.
Yeah. He's planning on connecting with apartment manager to change both of the codes. I don't know what I think or need, but it's very clear that he doesn't understand how truly unhinged and traumatic this was for me. Validate me, give me perspective. Katera Rain says, physical keys always, same with cash. Cash is king. Kimberly Fine says, get one of those heavy-duty door braces. That's smart. Katera Rain says, oh wait, what if they're messing around and she has a key, which we now know that there's just the code, so. But there is an
blue eyes.
update, but OP asks, validate me, give me perspective.
I mean, you're valid, I'm pretty sure.
You're super valid. Someone broke in and like watched you and your boyfriend didn't wake up and that's crazy.
Yeah, that would be an immediate sorry. The fact that she
I
stayed
guess.
after the ghost is nuts.
Yeah.
Well,
She likes you, dude.
I like me too, and I like her more.
Okay. But there is an update. This is the first red flag I've seen from him. How do I process this and possibly move forward? Do I end it or do we pump the brakes? I'm aware that most people are the rule, not the exception, but I feel like he's being honest and I don't know if I'm being too trusting. And edit for clarification. Okay, the biggest glaring clarification is that I labeled her girl best friend because it's easier to say than explain the whole thing. She's not among those few that he considers his best friends, but she was the closest female friend he had. I think we're both still shocked that it happened. She was a safe friend for him until that happened, and I'm sure it's a mind F to come to terms with how big of a deal it is. He took her at her word that they were just friends. He plans on talking to his therapist and his friends, and I'm talking to mine. He broke things off with her because of incompatibilities. I don't know if he named them all to her, but for him, it has been absolutely only platonic since they decided to become just friends after. X's asked for distance between them is really that one 18-month relationship or so. I don't have his previous relationship memorized because they're previous, but it sounds like that girlfriend had a very small circle of friends because she was difficult to get along with. And I think he just chalked it up to that girlfriend's insecurities and put distance with girl best friend. Along those lines, I can see how he went there because whenever I start a new employment opportunity, it always feels like the coworkers, men and women, think we're in competition. I lay the groundwork with, hey, I'm not in competition with anyone here. We're a valuable team together because we all had our own approaches. There are some women that are hard to get along with and they know it. And I broke off a friendship a few months ago because she was like that. It happens. I like that. They were like, sometimes the girls are just difficult. They're like, he's probably telling the truth. You know, it was probably her fault. Right?
I mean,
Sounds like you're just making
that's
excuses.
a certain tint of glasses that you're wearing
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
Rose tinted.
Very rosy. Like
It is
could
Valentine's
possibly
Day.
be him.
Yeah.
Keyless entry is keyless. There's a pad at the front door to enter a number and then another pad on his front door to enter another. They're friends. I have access to my friends' places. He travels internationally for work and has plans. I wasn't pressed. I trusted his trust in her and she broke it. I truly don't believe they're friends with benefits. It's not his style. He's not interested in her whatsoever. Maybe she was wasted and hyped up on Hallmark movies. I don't know. And it was still scary AF for me.
Oh yeah, that's horrifying.
Yeah.
Clearly. That's horrifying.
Yeah, that's undebatable. She was still wearing her coat completely zipped up and her shoes. If you're banging someone on the rag, you're not coming to the bedroom with the coat and shoes still on.
I mean,
Hey, come on.
Hey now.
Hey,
we don't
now.
know how they rock.
Yeah.
Or how they roll, okay? Like
There's a lot
fair
of different
assessment.
scenarios. I don't think he's gotten to the point of realizing that she might have snuck in other times.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
that's the worst part
That's
of
really scary.
because it's like,
Ooh.
you know, though, like,
Oh.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. All the clothes on, the shoes on, that makes sense. He's
Yeah.
already asleep. It makes sense. Maybe this was just like a breaking point moment and she was just like,
I
I'm going to
must.
seize the moment. I'm in love and I'm going to go tell him right now in the middle of the night.
And then she's like, ooh.
And she's like, oh, is that another girl in there?
I told him I feel violated, and he should too. He's a science guy, so he's very methodical and rational, and I think he's so shocked and pissed by what she did, he literally does not know what to say. He's changing the codes. I said that already in the novel. I do think right now we don't have like solid proof that, you know, anything happened.
Correct. Yeah.
But
there's
it's shaky regardless.
His response is too casual for
Yeah.
me, or at least the way it was written.
Yeah.
Because OP does say that like he's been like struggling more with it after
Sure.
the fact, but like maybe he's just a super deep sleeper. I don't know.
Who's to say? And there is a second Update. My initial post was stream of consciousness for all you nitpickers. I did not go back and correct my word choice or spelling errors. It's beyond lengthy AF now, but y'all don't have to read it. I've been trying to read all the responses, and I feel like I've responded and answered a lot of questions. But here are some more. Why Reddit? Obviously, Reddit isn't my go-to for advice, but it's an easy, quick way to get a variety of opinions without spreading this crap out to everyone in my actual life. I have been talking to a few friends, and honestly, it's been validating that I've seen pretty much all of the thoughts I've had running through my head on this thread. When he told me that he thought I was going to break up with him each time we talked over the following few days and acknowledged most people would, I agreed that he's probably right, but I don't want to be that quick to judge him. He trusted her and took her at her word that her feelings were also simply platonic. She broke that trust. I've seen a fair amount of people come for him because I came for him. Again, you can't know what you would do unless it happened to you. I wasn't trying to come for him. I was trying to process and be rational. I woke up to an effing stranger staring at us. I didn't know who she was until later. She's still a stranger to me. And I'm honestly not sure if it would be creepier if it was a stranger or that it's ex-girl best friend. Her coat. It's been chilly up here. It was an ill-fitting puffer jacket. She was also wearing jeans, and it appeared that she was wearing an oversized sweater underneath. It wasn't a flea bag lingerie under the long jacket situation. Entering the apartment bedroom for the last time. It's keyless entry. The main entry to the building has a keypad for you to enter the code. Yada yada. The bedroom door was open because my dog was there and was initially sleeping on the couch, but eventually moved to the floor in the bedroom. Also, the dog is really chill. She's used to sleeping on my bed at home and snuggling up. Additionally, I realized last night that the reason she might not have come further into the bedroom is because my dog was sleeping on the floor next to boyfriend. I heard her collar jangle, so I don't know if she stood up or just looked at ex-girl best friend, but she's not a small dog. Again, we all think we know what we do, but there were a million factors flying through my mind. If this had happened at my house, my reaction would likely be different because it's mine, and I know who has access to my place and who doesn't. It wasn't my house. I was almost unclothed. I was literally in the farthest back corner in his apartment, and she's clearly been awake the whole time while I woke up to this and couldn't wake him. I wasn't gently trying to wake him, by the way. Most people would wake up if someone touched their face. I was shaking and tapping him and thought something had happened to him when it took so long to wake him up. What's up with him? Why is he such a deep sleeper? Someone nailed it when they noted that it seems like part of my issue is that he didn't react immediately how I expected him to, in that he didn't run out in the hallway to catch her / see who it was. He woke from sleep, just deep sleep. This is a F ton to process. When he realized it was her, maybe he thought something terrible had happened to her, and that's why she did something he's never expected. I can't answer for him. I told him that I feel violated and that he should too, but again, up until this moment, he thought she was a trusted, safe, respectful, platonic friend. What a mind F. And he woke up from deep sleep and knew I was scared and frantic, but he couldn't process quickly. He checked the apartment, figured out it was her, and was pissed, not scared. This is a big generalization, but men are generally not scared of women. He told me last night that he doesn't remember much because most of it happened when he was sleeping, but he could barely keep his eyes open. He couldn't come back with me to my place because he had things to do, and he was pissed at her, not scared. That's also kind of messed up.
What?
That he didn't come back to her place?
Oh, wait. I thought you were like, it's kind of messed up that he was mad and not scared.
No. That makes sense.
I was like, wait a minute.
He should be terrified. No, that he didn't like go back and make sure that she was okay when that was like a very, I mean, maybe he's not scared, but OP's clearly was.
Clearly he's so,
he's got things to do.
That's why you've got
Maybe
things
he's
to do
not
in your
threatened
dreams.
by her. I don't know, but like that's crazy that he's not scared.
Yeah.
Prioritize being
I don't
awake.
even think it's like crazy that he's not scared. I'm just like shocked that he like wouldn't make sure that his girlfriend is okay.
He's too sleepy.
He seems so nonchalant about everything.
He's
just sleepy.
He's eepy.
Yeah, I worded it poorly and said it was the first red flag for him. No, it's not his red flag, but the event was a red flag. He's taken the steps to make me feel safer and more respected, and it might be a while before I feel okay staying there again. Yes, we're staying together. He's honestly the best partner I've ever had. Calm, rational, affirming, kind, caring, all the things a partner should be. For everyone jumping straight to ending it, work on being less reactive, work through your trauma, and stop projecting your baggage onto other people. I don't know that I'll update again, but thank you sincerely to all the people that validated me. This isn't tied up neatly and finished. They live in a city that's big but small town. They're going to run into each other. They have common friends. It's going to be uncomfortable to navigate, but he's committed to good boundaries and making sure I feel safe and respected and heard in our relationship. He understands where I'm coming from and didn't take any of it personally. And there is a final update, even though Opie said that there wouldn't be.
Again, something is wrong.
Something is afoot. Don't think this is necessarily breakup over, but it is. I'd be like, I'm gonna keep an eye on you. I don't think we have proof enough for like breakup, but I am very put off.
I just can't put my finger on it. All I can tell is that there's something wrong, and if it was me in OP's shoes, I'm out. I'm out because it's like it's way too much. You are too nonchalant. This woman broke into your apartment. What could have happened to us? What could have happened to you? What could have happened to the dog? To her?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. This is just crazy.
Update 3, he's not a gem, and all y'all saying he's shady were right! I don't know if he was sleeping with girl best friend, but I do know that he was dating and sleeping with multiple women, and of course telling all of us that he wasn't talking to anyone else. Of course, he tried to gaslight me when I called him out. I know this gets thrown around a lot on here, but the man seriously has psychopathic vibes. It didn't sit right with me when he asked me last time he was at my house if I thought my dog would defend me if someone came in, and I admitted that she'd probably be fine with someone she knows, but I think she would fight for me if I was actually being hurt. Anyway, things were already on a downslope for me before I found out and talked to some of the other women. And I put it out there that I'd be interested in talking to the ex-wife, the girl best friend, and another female friend that he mentioned a lot. Part of his MO is saying he's an extrovert, so he's always out and about and doing things with friends, but that's how he covers his tracks. He said his mom fell into eternal sleep a few months ago while we were in our first couple of dates, and now saying his dad is from cancer, which may be true, but I have a lot of doubts about it now. He told one of the other women he was supporting his dad after his mom passed away, but he really came up and spent the night with me. Oh my goodness. So he's just lying to everyone.
He's just a serial liar who's just too nonchalant.
Man.
Doesn't really care. That's why the red flag, exactly, it was like not caring how she's doing because he's like, she's just one. She can be traumatized by my other girl who's not my girl breaking into my place in the middle of the night, which has happened before. Yeah. And I will continue to sleep through it.
OP, when everyone tells you something's afoot, maybe double check.
I guess we don't know for a fact nothing was going on with this other girl.
Yeah.
Because it's like she said it wasn't. But like, I mean, if she had not broken this news to him by breaking into his place, would she have just been added to his roster, so to speak? Like, who knows? But he was stanky all along.
Back to being single I go because there are too many men with their BS. I have yet to find a therapist who can help me see people for who they are. It's a chronic issue that I think people are my friends, but they're talking crap behind me, and this is the second guy who pulled this crap on me that I know of. Once again, I don't trust my judgment, so that's fun. Good luck out there, y'all. And also, go listen to more full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime.
Indeed.
And there is a little bit left to this story, but any final thoughts?
I don't know. Trust your gut. You said that this was a downslope for a while. I think it's okay to just be like, you know what? That was too much, and I don't think we can keep going.
Yeah. I talked to the ex-wife, and let me just say, she's amazing and might be my new idol. And this is the person that, like, she was told was, like, crazy. I only went through a few months of his BS, but they were married for quite some time. Still waiting to hopefully talk with girl best friend because I have a feeling I was the other woman to her, and she didn't know about me. And I wish she would have said it that night if it's true, but also, my not small dog was there, so I'd probably be nervous about that too.
Do you really wish that y'all had been confronted about that night, OP? Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Oh, wait. So there's a chance that girl best friend shows up, but she's not girl best friend. She's like relationship.
Right. The stank. Clearly, the stank we all smelled.
No, because
but we were having the wool pulled over our nostrils.
Yeah. I blocked him on everything, and I know it's hurting him to have no access to me. It makes me smile. And that is the end of that story. Katara Rain says them all being in their 40s is making this way crazier. Yeah, they should know better. You got to know better by that point. It's embarrassing if you don't know better by that point.
Oh,
like this guy's acting like this in his 40s. He's halfway.
Juggling multiple partners?
Halfway into this life, and he doesn't.
Jeez.
Silly.
Yeah, talk about an extrovert.
Yeah. A little too extroverted. Goodness. Maybe rein that in.
Yeah, but let's make that a hard, red flag breakup point. Yeah. Someone who is your girl best friend. I will say breaking in quotes because I think she had the coat on purpose.
I don't think she really broken. But that is the end of that story. So we're going to jump into the next one.
And really quickly, I'm going to try to reattach my microphone to this. So mute me.
Oh, no.
My girlfriend is a picky eater, so I stopped cooking for
Depends on how picky.
Dino chicken nuggets
Yeah, she like,
exclusively
I hate
only.
everything that you cook. And you're like just trying to help. You have to see.
Maybe you're a bad cook, OP. Let's find out. This has nothing to do with my relationship in general, as it is great, but about eating habits. So I'm more or less a hobby cook, and I'm originally from Europe. As a result, I cook a lot of food from my home countries. Mom is Greek, dad is Austrian, and I try new stuff quite often. As an example, I worked at a Korean restaurant in the past, and the owner taught me recipes, and I frequent cooking sites and own a crap ton of cookbooks. As a result, I like to try a lot of different foods and try a lot of different tastes: spicy, sweet, sour, etc. And by the way, this comes from user Throwaway Eatery. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. My girlfriend, on the other hand, only really eats local food or fast food, which is fine by me. The issue is she wants/likes me to cook her food, which I did for a good while. But she basically likes nothing and tries nothing new, which results in me having to cook bland stuff and trying nothing new unless I cook myself different food on top of cooking her food, which is not an option because I work full time.
This is a red flag for me.
Now, I also got a bunch of new friends, and I have taken up inviting them over to cook twice a month or so I can try my hand at new stuff, and having them enjoy my cooking makes me happy. Well, of course, my girlfriend is generally there too, and where everyone likes it most of the time, she pretty much takes half a bite and orders takeout later in the evening. So I stopped cooking for her. Now, I just make my own food and let her make whatever she wants, which is pissing her off. She can't cook, so she complains about having to get takeout or getting tired of just eating mac and cheese, whereas previously I would cook full meals for both of us. Now, I tried to meet her in the middle and make extra of what I am having, but she rarely eats it unless it's something like a burger. I made a spicy stir fry yesterday and she wouldn't even try it, leaving me with a heap of leftovers. Luckily, my neighbors like my cooking. The thing is, I am done meeting her in the middle, and I don't get why she's mad about it anyways, since she won't eat what I cook unless it's tailored to her tastes. But she's adamant about being angry and says that I should make stuff we both enjoy. Now, I would be fine with that if it was not for the fact she's the pickiest eater ever. So am I just being a little D-bag here? There's some comments here that are relevant. Enter the bugbear, says, not the a-hole. I don't want to be the red flag guy, but food and your relationship to it is a relatively important part of a relationship. It seems like you have fundamentally different attitudes as to your diets. That's fine in and of itself, but her entitlement is super crappy. You've decided to compromise and she hasn't. She can eat what you make something herself, buy food for herself, etc., but chaining you to a world of chicken nuggets and plain hamburgers is not a reasonable option. Fellow foodie here. OP responds, that's what I'm saying. I am not the type to complain about eating takeout every so often or making fried chicken and burgers or something of like, I mean, I enjoy it sometimes. I do. But she has such a specific bracket of stuff that she likes that it is impossible for me to make anything if I take her tastes into account. Like, I made her a burger with blue cheese in the meat once. She thought it was disgusting, so I can't even experiment with the stuff that she does like.
I'm not a huge blue cheese.
I was going to say, blue cheese is a very big jump.
That's a big jump for
big
someone
jump.
who only
If you
likes
did-
chicken nuggets.
If you did like cheddar or like a Mott's or something like that's like a simple cheese, I think
Yeah.
that's a little bit easier. But
I think
blue cheese is
maybe
a
with
stick.
this girl, you got to work your way up
It's
to the
baby-
hardest.
this is baby steps here.
It was a confident leap that you made, and I'm here for it, OP.
I know you are.
Shout
I'm
out
also
my
here
fellow
for it.
Well, no, I mean,
blue
if you're a-
cheese
yeah,
enthusiast.
If you
just a-
love blue cheese, I'm sure it's great to get exploratory. But with this girl, you'd be like, she could not handle that.
little bit
of mold on my cheese,
please.
Just a
Just a little bit. Enter the bug then replies to OP, dear God, run screaming. Which is sarcastic. But seriously though, I am a bit of a hobby cook myself, and that level of restriction would drive me up a wall. I rarely make the same meal twice because I love to experiment with the ingredients. To have her completely turn up her nose at something as moderate and delicious as a blue cheeseburger would drive me nuts. That's definitely not to say that I'm opposed to more mundane but still delicious meals. I like burgers, I like mac and cheese, I like chicken nuggets a lot, but they are for sure convenience foods. Based on my own experience, I wonder if your girlfriend understands that cooking is a hobby as well as a means of sustenance for you. OP says, that is exactly the issue for me. I can't do with the restrictions. Like, even if I were to again meet in the middle and agree to alternate days where I cook for her taste and the next day cook for me, I would still end up eating within the same bracket 15 out of 30 days. And if I could do small add-ons at the very least to have a bit of experimentation, it would be one thing, but even that is rarely within the realm of possibility.
responsibilities. Now I don't know what to think. It sounds like both of these people are being way too difficult.
Yeah, I just think that if they want this to work out, they need to have a conversation where OP says, hey, I really like making new things. This is a hobby for me that I care about.
Yeah.
And I am not going to make you a fully separate meal. I don't have time for that. You might not like what I make, but I don't like what you want. And then just kind of work out a compromise where maybe it's like, okay, one day a week, we try and make a new meal and see, like, introduce you to things to see if there's anything that you like, but we're like working up to it.
I feel like it needs to be like, hey, babe, like, why do you not like these foods? Or, what can I do to spicing up your palate? Branch it out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to the whole fast food stuff either, but it seems like something you eat a few times a year, not something you eat at the very least once a week. I mean, back in Europe, I would eat fast food perhaps once a year. She does understand, and I mean, I am pretty clear about enjoying cooking, and I am pretty clear about it being a hobby. Egghead1995 says, not the a-hole, what are you supposed to do? Only eat food you don't like? If she wants home-cooked meals and doesn't like what you want to make, she needs to cook for herself. Maybe every once in a while, cook something you both enjoy, but it shouldn't be every night. OP continues, well, it's not even that I dislike a burger, because I don't. There's plenty of interesting stuff you can do with a burger. The issue is that there's one rigid way she likes a burger. And once I experiment, she makes weird faces and dislikes it, whereas I try new stuff a lot and dislike eating the same stuff twice in a week, more or less. Deleted says, this is incredibly rude on top of her being ridiculously picky. If someone makes you a meal, the least you can do is be gracious about it. If you genuinely don't like it, you don't have to eat it, but making faces, how disrespectful and childish. Was she spoiled by her parents? I kind of doubt. She is literally incapable of enjoying anything but the most basic kids menu food. I dated a super picky eater, and he was that way because his mom pandered to his pickiness his whole life to the point that he wouldn't even try anything new. OP says, yeah, that probably was a part of why this is all sort of rubbing me the wrong way. I mean, it is one thing to dislike what I make. It's another to act childish and rude about it. She wasn't spoiled, doubt, but she did grow up basically eating fast food and the basic mashed potatoes, canned veggies, and meat type diet, which is weird considering her mom is Latin American. And there is an update. So before we get in the update, do you have any other thoughts you would like to?
Not any more thoughts at the moment. Just the same thoughts. The conversation is needed.
The thing that keeps bugging me is that he keeps repeating how he's like, I don't even mind burgers. It's just she likes one really plain. That's the easiest thing to make.
Yeah.
So I don't understand where your issue is. If you're like, I just don't even have time. I don't get it. Now, I feel like this is more of an issue that OP is sort of is liking his girlfriend less because of how picky she is.
I think so. In that update, he didn't really talk a lot about the fact that he was annoyed that she was asking him to do this. It was more like,
yeah, it's more like she can't eat blue cheese.
Yeah, it was like the blue cheese in it. Yeah, which is
cringe to me. Being a food elitist, I'm sorry, that's cringe. Quite a bit has happened in the meantime, so let's just jump right into it. So roughly a week after the post, me and my girlfriend had a rather large argument, mostly due to how she was behaving towards me, which as some pointed out was rather disrespectful. The argument was triggered after one of my dinner parties where she behaved in the way I described, where she tasted like one element of the dish, put it away, and did not eat anymore. Now, as you may imagine, I was feeling embarrassed in front of my friends, but this time Cleo, the wife of a friend I usually invite, spoke up and told her she was acting extremely rude, which then resulted in some of my other friends saying the same. And, well, the party was ruined. My girlfriend got mad, and in the late evening, this argument happened. I was pretty nasty to her, and she was pretty nasty to me, and we barely spoke for 3 days. But after she spoke to her mom, who agreed that she was behaving badly, she decided to apologize, and we made some deals concerning cooking. 1, she would start cooking with me. 2, she would try new things. And 3, she would no longer act rudely. If she did not want something, she would not join a dinner party instead of acting snobbishly and not eating anyways. 4, she would eat healthier, since I also told her diet was gonna, her at some point. In the last 5 or so weeks, there have been large changes. She has opened up to eating a lot more stuff, slowly but steadily. She has realized there's a lot more that is nice to eat beyond bland stuff, and cooking together has been fun. She is really, really horrible at cooking, but we'll get there.
But the fact that she's trying is great.
Yeah,
that's
sure.
the point. It's like, okay, you don't have to be great off the bat. It's just like you need to start learning. It's a skill. Gotta develop it.
It took mom being like, hey, where are your manners? For her to be like, oh, I am being rude.
Yeah. Also, I think she should apologize to all those people at the party if she hasn't already. Yeah.
To
if they're
all the people at the party?
all of them were like, you're being really freaking rude. I'd be like, if these were friends, I'd be like, You should go apologize.
That's interesting to me.
You know what you should do? Cook for them.
It's probably not going to be very good if she's not very good
It's
at
an
cooking.
apology meal.
She's just like, hello, sorry.
Simple pasta. Simple spaghetti.
Yeah.
OP continues. Hopefully sooner or later, this problem we've been having will go away. Anyways, thanks for the judgment and advice, everyone. Also, exchanging recipes was rather fun. The corn recipe someone sent me was especially nice. And by the way, it would be especially nice for you if you listen to full episodes with stories like this, wherever you get podcasts, be it Spotify or Apple Podcasts or literally any other podcast platform under the sun. Just search, OK, Storytime. And there you are. Since someone asked about a previous recipe, this is a comment where I explained it. I'm not sure what you are looking for in terms of recipes, but I can toss you a simple one, which I really like. Grilled feta. My mom used to make it when I was young, and it's really, really easy to make. Basically, you buy feta. Note that this means feta, not white cheese, as they will often try to fool you into thinking that garbage is feta. Some eggs, a proper baguette, breading, rocket, a lemon, basil, cherry tomatoes, as well as some dried herb mix.
But
You
with
just
feta?
split the yolks from the egg whites, whisk the yolks, cut up the feta into lines, dunk the feta in the egg yolks, then dunk it into the breading and make sure it's fully covered. And then you put a whole bunch of olive oil in a pan and you put the feta in. You make sure there's a lot of oil in it, makes it easier to grill both sides properly. Then you just slice up your baguette, you put some olive oil and herb mix on it and put it on the sides and slightly toast it. And then you smear the feta on the baguette and add some tomatoes, basil and rocket, squeeze a bit of lemon juice on it, and bam, you got a tasty starter that barely takes any time and only an would dislike. You can pretty much do the same with halloumi, but you don't have to bread it. Okay. And that's the end of that story.